Hello and welcome to All for Women's Football. No, don't change your TV sets. That is actually Connor right there in the middle. The boss is here. We've dragged him in. It's time for a little bit of retribution for anyone who's watched All for United WFC, and it's coming the other side of this. You know, we've been running for nearly 2 years, and I still love that music. It doesn't matter. Every time you pop it on, a little bop to be happening. It's a wonderful thing. Good evening. Welcome. Pleasure to have you all with us here this fine Monday evening. And we are about to take part in a WSL draft with a difference. It's a very different sort of show to the type we usually do. And I'm really hopeful that you guys will enjoy this. And I would love to take all of the credit for this, but I can't. This has come from a superb little idea from young Sean. And well, just well done to you, sir. So we will start with you. How you doing, mate? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm quite pleased it's come to fruition. Yeah, as I've said backstage, I think it's the first good idea I've had. Also, I just want a quick little praise for the Americans and their idea of Black Friday, because I got this lovely little Feyenoord quarter zip jacket, right, on classic football shirts, was 85 quid, but with delivery, it has cost me £13. And that, I think, is a bargain. So congratulations to the Americans for thinking of something great. But looking forward to this, Barry.
I'll be honest, when you started, I thought it was going to go excellent work from the Americans for coming up with the draft system, and then straight off into some sort of advert. I was brilliant. Well done. You took me one way, sent me another. That was emotionally a bit of a roller coaster there. Well, Freya, nice to have you here with us. Also, welcome back. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Don't quite know where I am. So tonight's going to be very interesting. We've had just a list for everyone involved. Baby didn't sleep. Then we've had builders in all day, and then work on top of that. So I'm just here for the vibes. That's my role tonight, and try and remember some players is my key thing.
So there's a possibility, there's rumours rife at the moment that Freya's just going for a 1-1-9 formation with no goalkeeper. So it could be very exciting.
Sounds good.
To see what Freya's up to. Liberty, pleasure to have you with us as well. Thanks for joining us this evening. Everything all right with you?
I've been better, Barry. Last week I came on and said I was in a really good mood, had a really good day, and then proceeded to have one of the worst weeks of my life. Not going to sugarcoat that. It was a terrible week. I nearly fell in a grave. My grandmother's grave, to be exact. Sean and Connor have heard the story, but I lost my grandma last week. My family are Jewish, so her funeral was 2 days after she died, and nearly fell in with her, which was just hysterical because I genuinely thought I was going to end up in the ground. But yeah, other than nearly embarrassing myself in front of everyone I've ever known, I've been better. But I have a trivia question for everyone. It is draft themed because I love a theme. And there's also multiple answers because it's going to become quite clear why there's multiple answers. Can you name one of the 12 first overall drafts into the NWSL from the NWSL? I've got the list up, so you can name any of them, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. The only requirement is they are the first overall pick. Some of them have played in the WSL, so maybe go for one of those if you're not too sure, but quite a few, most of them are, all but two I know have been US women's national team members in the last 5 years. So just pick anyone, and I'll say if you're right or wrong.
Can I go with Giselle Thompson, please?
Incorrect. I'm sorry, my friend.
Can I go with Alyssa Thompson?
You can go with Alyssa. She was the second to last first overall pick in 2023 to Angel City. Giselle was not a draft pick because they had abolished the draft by the time she would have come of age. So
outrageous. I'm going to go Alex Morgan. I'm going to throw that in there quick.
Barry, I like how young you think Alex Morgan is.
Listen,
But
I'm just trying to think of American players at this moment in time.
She would have been a draft pick for the version of the NWSL before we've got to the NWSL. So yes,
Nice,
technically,
she's very old.
but she's just. I like how young you've made her here. So I'll give you half a point, Barry, because yes, technically, but just not in my iteration.
Is Emily Fox one?
Ooh.
She's not the first over. Oh wait, I'm so sorry, Farah. I was about to tell you you're wrong, but she actually is. She was the first overall pick in 2021 to Racing Louisville. Sorry, I completely overlooked her name on the list and was going to tell you were wrong, but you're actually dead right.
Thank you very much.
Is Kristen Press on there?
I think you think these players are much younger than they actually are. Kristen Press was first overall pick before. Kristen Press played in the version of the NWSL before the NWSL, and then it disbanded. That's when she goes to Sweden. I like how young you think these players are. It's really making me feel good because
So goes back as far as 12 years.
12. So the first pick for the NWSL is 2013.
Oh,
between 2013 and 2024.
Naomi Girma.
Yep, 2022 to the San Diego Wave. Connor's being awfully quiet. Connor, do you not have an answer?
I've not watched a single minute of NWSL. I couldn't even throw a name at you right now. This is all the way over my head.
This year.
Is Kat Macario one of them?
No, because Kat went straight to Lyon, so she wasn't a NWSL draftee. She went straight to Lyon. She went to France.
Rose Lavelle up there?
Yep, 2017 to the Boston Breakers.
Where's this coming from in my brain? What is this?
What about Lindsay Heaps?
Once again, you're making these players younger than they are.
Not even that old.
She's like 36, isn't she?
No. Oh, I'm going to look that up.
The oldest player on this list is 34. And that's the 2013 player, I think.
Lindsay Heaps is 31, by the way.
Oh, I thought she was older than that, but she's not on this list. Yeah, she's not on this list. Would you like me just to read it out?
Yes. I think we're going to have to go for that now. Otherwise, we're going to be 45 minutes into the show.
There's only two of these names that I don't actually recognise. Okay. The first one is this one. Zakia Bywaters. That's 2013. Crystal Dunn. Morgan Bryan. Emily Sonnet. Rose Lavelle, as Freya said. Andy Sullivan. Tiara Davidson. Sophia Smith. I'm surprised nobody said Sophia Smith. I would have thought you would have said her. That's 2020. Emily Fox. Naomi Girma. Alyssa Thompson. And the last ever NWSL draftee, Ali Setnor, who has now changed clubs even from being drafted last year. But yeah, I could have opened it up to every single draftee ever, but we generally would have been here forever. And that's when we would have got Press and Heath and Heaps. But yeah, those are the NWSL specific first overall draftees. And that doesn't even include every single person ever drafted, because obviously there's multiple rounds, as we all know.
There you go. Very, very good quiz question to set us up there. Well done, Liberty. I knew about three of those players, but I should have got Centner, because deep in the bowels of my memory, I remember that being mentioned when she made her change in January. So I'm a little bit annoyed with myself there, because I could have plucked that one out, but never mind. Speaking of plucking that one out, we pulled him over from the channel he usually lives on, and he's made his biannual appearance here today. We've got him. It's Connor. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, not too bad. And I'm going to take up about 90 seconds of your time now, because a little spoiler for you. My appearance should have been last week, but a bit of a miscommunication between myself and Barry, because I was going to join at the back end of last week's show, because I actually enjoyed really watching it and everything else. And I was texting away, but as Barry said, being a good host, wasn't on his phone, which I usually am. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm checking someone on text away. However, Barry mentioned the award last week. I'm going to spend about 90 seconds on this because I know you mentioned it and I know Sean said something, but I don't think you did it justice in terms of how big of an achievement this is for you guys. Now, obviously, I've got it. For those of you who haven't seen it, that's what it looks like. You can see my light reflecting off the back of it, but that's what it looks like. Now, Barry certainly doesn't give himself enough credit for what he's done for this channel. When I say he literally saved this channel, he has, because we started off with 6 of us running this channel. One by one, we started backing away for our own time commitments. We all had a lot to do. I obviously have more with WFC. So then me and Barry had a conversation about this channel in terms of what do we do with it. You know, I didn't want it to fold because it was a good idea for a channel. And the people that he's brought in, and I remember messaging Liberty on the awards night, and you said something back about I just come on shows and talk. And in theory, yes, you do, but you've got to have the confidence to do it firstly, but you've also, all of you have got to know what you're talking about, and you do week in, week out. And I said last week, the dynamic between you guys on screen is very, very good. So I wanted to thank all of you for that, for a start, but also give yourselves massive credit. So that's the 3 of you on screen, whether that's Rob that comes on as well, the lower league shows, so Stu and Gareth and John and people like that. And obviously to Barry for literally saving this channel, because this channel would not keep going if Barry wasn't running it week in, week out, because I don't have the time to do it anymore. And like I said, we had 4 other people at the start who, by the way, were a massive, great, success as well, and a foundation to what this channel is. But it certainly wouldn't have kept going without Barry and the team that he's brought in. So anyone who's watching this, it's a thanks to those, because that award is certainly those. And I've already said that I'm not keeping that because I had to pick it up, but it's not for me to be keeping hold of. I've pissed Liberty off. There we go. But yeah, I wanted to say that on here, and that's what I was going to say last week, because I know you mentioned it, and you're very humble, Barry, in what you say. But I wanted to come on here and do what you do to me on WFC. I'm doing back to you, and these amazing people that you have on each week. Because it is, like I said, you do come on it, like Liberty said, you come on here and talk, but you do it week in, week out. And all of you know what you're talking about, and make the shows enjoyable to watch. Well, I think that's the most important thing.
Well, thank you. We do try our best on here. Thank you very much for coming on here. And now I know how embarrassing that is. Definitely going to do it to you more on your side. And of course, as we have got here, nice to see Condog on here. Very much looking forward to the show this evening. And thank you, Shamrock, again over there. Right. How's tonight going to work? Well, it's amazing because we've done these sorts of things before. We've even done this on this channel before. But ordinarily, we throw in these sorts of rules where we can only have 2 or 3 players from the same team as a maximum. And what happens is you end up basically with a team made up of 3 or 4 teams, and the other teams don't even get a look in. So it's added jeopardy today. Today, there are 12 WSL teams from which we have to pick 1 player from each club, and the club that's left over that we couldn't be bothered to put anybody into our team for, that manager will become our manager. But my God, there's 5 of these clubs. Some of us could end up with a right old dud. Who knows how that's gonna go? So loads to go through here. So let me show you what we have got here. So as you can see, just like this, we've got a random order generator. This is the next bit of theatre, shall we say, but also jeopardy, because each round we will pop into here the names, just like that. And once we've done that, we pop down here and we click this button. And I suppose it's only fair, seeing as how he came up with the idea. It feels like a little bit of a fix. I'm not entirely impressed with what's just happened there, but we're live and we just got to go with it. We end up with a random generator. So this is the order we're going to be going in. I have deep regret for what has just happened. And basically we'll go, as we just said, in order. And what everyone will have the opportunity to do is to choose their players. Sean is far too excited for this. I am not. You're absolutely right, Fuming. Absolutely. That is honestly the worst thing that could have happened.
Every time we've done a draft, I'm always one of the last picks. I swear, this is rigged. I'm going to be saying
you just saw me do it. You just saw me do it. Absolutely outrageous. But yes, trying to. So we shall see how we get on. So the good news is that when we get to the next pick, we do that again. So there'll be a different order, hopefully, for us to go with. In order for us to maintain some level of decorum and know what's going on and who's picked who and all of that sort of thing, we've also got this, which will obviously help us to also see which clubs we've got left that we need to choose from. So, Sean, without further ado, you get the number 1 draft pick overall. So why don't you break everybody's heart and tell us who you're building your team around? What are you choosing?
See, I think there are a number of different routes I can go down, but we were talking backstage and everyone's like, has anyone thought of a manager? And everyone kind of went, no. My theory is a good manager can make a bad team play okay and an okay team play good. So with that in mind, I'm going for a manager with this number 1 pick of the draft. I had a look at the squads, I had a look at who makes sense. So I would like to go Martin Ho from Tottenham, please.
And already the chaos has begun within seconds. So there we go. It's almost like he looked over my shoulder as to who it was going to be. But there we go. It is a decision that's been made. Martin Ho from Spurs for Sean. And that is that in there. Well, that is absolutely frustrating because that may or may not have been who I was going for. So I'm now going to have to sit here and redesign my entire side. And whilst I'm doing that, Freya, you are second next up.
So, not going to lie, this is working slightly differently to what I had in my head. So now I'm thrown a little bit. So, the player need, who's a non-negotiable, is Lynn Vilms, please, from Villa.
The right back.
Yes.
This could not have gone worse for me already on 2. I mean, literally, this. I generally came on here thinking not everyone's going to go for this. This is going to be fine. It's not fine. It's far from fine. And I think I'm about to cry. Whilst that occurs, Liberty.
Love you, Barry.
Liberty, if you pick up, you're allowed to break my heart today, but try not to if you can.
I would like to start with, I was talking to Connor before you all joined us. This is the one player that if I didn't get, I was going to cry. So I'm going to go with her first. I would like to start with Sasha Nuskum, please, from Chelsea.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm assuming I haven't broken your heart there,
Nope.
Barry. We're two friends.
To be honest, any players you pick from the big 4, I'm not going to be too stressed about that. I feel reasonably okay about trying to get through them. So there we go. That is fantastic work. Well done. Connor, that goes down to you now then.
I'm surprised at the route you're all taking because like you just said about the big 4, I'm not fussed anyone out of the big 4 that I've got in my team. I can kind of interchange with those, but there's players in the I guess in the teams in the bottom half where I'm like, there's only 1 or 2 from that team that you'd want. So I'm going to throw goalkeeper straight in there and Janina Leitzig from Leicester. Like, I'm not having any other. There's so many other goalkeepers and whatever you can go for, but for me, as Barry will know, because that is a player I've wanted at United for about 5 years, ever since we've been doing shows. So it's not a surprise, I don't think. But yeah, Leipzig. It was an easy. That was the first name I wrote down. Not just because she's a goalkeeper, but it was that was easy.
Right,
was that one of yours, Barry, by that reaction?
Literally been butchered. Honestly, I feel like Hammerby are going to feel by the end of this transfer window. She likes that one though because it's
that was a low blow, Barry. I'm grieving.
But, am I wrong?
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. There we go. Okay. Oh God, what have you done to me? Right. Okay, well, I had a very different way in which I was going to do things, and I'm going to stick with my way, and fingers crossed, all will work out well. Looking through the entire squads and everything that we've got, the one thing I've always said in every show that I've ever done about this is that actually there's not that many sort of world-class left-backs, I don't think, in the WSL. It's a tricky position. So I think you could end up with some tricky sort of ones there. So I've been having a little look as to who might be a good one to take. And in a surprise move, I think it will be a surprise move. Anyway, I'm going to London City Lionesses, and I'm going to pop in Poppy Pattinson.
Me and Sean were thinking the same thing, that's not the player I thought you were going to say.
No, there you
You
go.
picked the wrong one.
So that is, honestly, I think if you were to look at how we've just gone for our first draft picks, everybody's gone incredibly left wing on this one. Left field, sorry, not left wing. God, it's not a political show. But there we go. So that's some really interesting first shout outs there. But nonetheless, they are done. So interesting. It's a good first round. Very, very intrigued to see how this is going to work out. But the good news is I've got one of my players that I actually wanted. The fact that 3 of them have fallen by the wayside is neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. It's not that important. We move. We'll be fine, I'm sure. All depends on what happens with this roll of the dice. Oh, now we're talking. Yes, thank you. Right.
Do it again. Hang on. It's glitched the screen. It's glitched. Do it
What do you
again.
mean it's glitched? What do you mean it's glitched?
She's winding you up, Barry. She's trying to cheat.
I can't see you when I'm looking at this as well. Freya.
Love you, Barry.
You're better than that. Right, okay.
Am I?
So for this one, again, I agree that you need to have a good goalkeeper. I completely agree with Connor on this one. And as Leipzig has been taken, I feel like on this occasion, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it, and I'm going to put in Nana Dozy from Brighton. I think it's a good look at that. All of a sudden, Martin Ho's not feeling like such a good idea, is it, Sean? But there we go. So taken goalkeeper.
Barry, we're still looking at the generator. You haven't changed it to the
I
spreadsheet.
haven't. No, you're right. It's a lot that I'm trying to do in one time here.
I think just we'll trust you, Barry, with the order. I don't think you need to keep sharing.
God,
We
I don't
trust
like the
Barry,
idea
you
of being
do.
trusted.
We'll trust that you won't put yourself as one every time.
But anyway, there we go. So
Also,
that's
we respect that this is a lot of work for you to do to keep up with it. Also, thank
a
you.
lot of changing.
Yeah,
But
just
there we
keep it
go.
on this.
So that's them. Sean, you were next.
It's very annoying. There was still 3 definites that I want in this team, but I'm going to have to change a bit. So I'm going to take one of my remaining 2 definites, and I would like Hannah Kane, please, from Leicester.
Interesting. That is indeed Leicester. Yes, thank you. Leicester.
I'm going to say this because I thought about putting Hannah Kane in mine, and then I knew that Sean would want her, so I felt bad, so I took her out. I know, but also I'm just like a decently nice person, Sean. You should know this by now, and I just would like it known that I did think.
This is a cutthroat business. You gotta be selfish in these times.
But I'm just not, and I just want my friends to be happy. So like,
Ugh. I'm already unhappy because Barry's made me unhappy. So you know,
Don't start on me, mister. I'm going to come straight in and nick your manager of all people on the first go. That is unbelievable. I can't quite.
I actually
believe
wrote
that's
down
supposed to
Leipzig
go.
or Dozy as well. So if Barry wasn't going there, I was literally just about to.
There you go. Well, Connor, it would have been your go next. Who are you taking next? You've already got yourself a goalkeeper. Where are you going?
The problem is my 2 centre backs is tough because they're like the kind of players that I left till last, and I'm kind of like 2 teams again that I'm not really. I don't really know who my left back. I'm torn between 2 players from 2 different teams, and I don't know which one's going to be more popular because, like I said, from the big 4, I'm kind of like I'm not really too fussed. I don't know which one to go for. I'm going to say the 2 teams. It's Spurs or Brighton. I'm going to go for left. Spurs or Brighton, and I'm going to go with the Spurs one and Amanda Nilden. That might come back to bite me though, but I'm going to stick with that for the time being. So Spurs. Sorry, Mia. I know Mia really wants someone to pick Sandberg. It's not going to be me.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that she was somebody who was also on my list. So cheers for that one. Again, as somebody we could have had, but they're gone now. Christ, and that's my last person on the Spurs. I knew that was going to be the tricky club. Okay, the next person is Liberty.
I'm also torn with who to choose next. Let me purely because nobody has chosen a player from this club, I'm going to choose this player just because I'm a bit scared that she might go. I'm going to please may I have Courtney Brosnan from Everton for my goalkeeper. Just because we're going into a bit of a everyone's taking all the keepers, I'm getting a bit, tetchy. So I just thought I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, please. Thank you.
There we go. Which brings us down to you, young Fred. We're all crazy. Look at this. All crazy. Oh, it's amazing what this does to you, honestly. The second you get thrown in, what a time. Freya.
Oh, I was going to have Brosnan. Okay. Let's have a look. I'm going to go for... just checking. No one has taken that. I'll go Ellie Carpenter, please.
Say that again.
Ellie Carpenter.
Ellie Carpenter. And why are you making this choice?
Oh, wait, no, I can't, can I? Because I've already got... Hang on. No, I can't because I've already got Lynn Films there at right back. No, I can't. Right, she's free for someone else.
Say, that's an interesting choice to go for two right backs. I mean...
Well, we know she likes to attack. I can push her up.
Freya's just gone for the Bompastor state of mind, two right backs. If Bompastor can make it work, so can Freya.
Very much, Just throw one of them at left back. Why not?
Oh, no, that's true. See, I knew my brain would be... Right, I'm not going to go Ellie Carpenter because I'm going to change tack completely. I'm going to go manager. And I would like Vidicic from Brighton, please, for my manager.
Well,
please and thank you.
I'm absolutely amazed at how quickly people have gone in for managers. That has blown my mind ever so slightly. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I couldn't tell you whereabouts the accents go on the name. So there we go. I was just merely getting that for you so we could do that. There we go. Look at me trying to be all inclusive. So there we go. Right.
Thank you.
That is that one done. That's round two. And some very, very interesting little squads that we're starting to build up already. But we've all got to make a third one. You've trusted me to do it. Like I can tell you that the first person is going to be Connor, then it's Liberty, then it's Sean, then it's me. Freya's last again. But it does give you some thinking time, Freya, if nothing else.
That's true.
On that one. So, Connor, we recently saw a message from you saying, what have I done? This is your chance to draw it.
Yeah, because that's in response to that. I don't quite know what I've done. I've not said anything since you've been in the chat, but okay. I don't know who I'm going to go for here. Like I said, because manager, I'm really not fussed. It's just whatever team I don't have at the end, I'm just going to take that manager. So I'm not really too fussed on that one. I might go... Again, I'm torn between two because... No, I am going to go. I'm going to put them at... Yeah, I'm going to kind of put them at right wing, although they're probably more of a strike, and go Uweki from West Ham.
Checking that I didn't have that person then. Why have you gone so early with that one?
Because, like I said, for the top four, that like the positions I've picked for my I guess for the traditional top 4, if you will, like I can swap them with anyone in that position. So like if someone takes my number 1, my number 2 is fine anyway. So I'm going for the teams near the bottom, that the best, what I deem is the best player for the teams further down, and going from there.
Sorry, who did you say you've gone for?
Still talking to Rico Ueki from West Ham. I'm going to put her on the right wing.
Oh, yes, there we go. A brief moment there, I completely lost the plot. There we go. All right, well, there we go. That is a decision that has been made. Liberty, you are next.
I'm going to go for this team and this player purely because this team has already been chosen twice by other people, and I'm once again getting a bit etchy that I don't know who else I'd put in for this team, because my only other real, like, actual thought. Oh, am I gonna... Sorry, I was about to change my mind completely, but I'm still going to stick. I'm still going to stick with this team, and I'm going to stick with this player. And please, may I take Kathin Kattenberg from Tottenham Hotspur, please, and thank you.
Might let you do that. I think we can definitely do that. Where are we now? Spurs. There we go. Tandberg.
That was the other choice for Spurs, I think.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had Tandberg and Nilden and another player, and I just thought realistically, I don't, in my overall list, do I have many real strikers? Oh, I had another one, but like it's a top 4 player, so it really doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I was just getting a bit etchy looking at people filling up Spurs, and nobody had said her, and I hadn't said her, so I just thought I'd go for it.
Well, that is, like I say, quite a choice and a nice one for you as well.
Sorry, Barry, it's just bugging me. You haven't highlighted Vidicic for Freya, and it looks like she's only made 1 pick. And sorry, I just wanted to point it out so you could highlight it. Thank you.
No, thank you. I love it when my errors are pointed out. Thank you very much. All good, because then I can fix them. Right, who's next? Sean.
So I had 2 definites, but I'm actually going to hold off on the other one. So I think the only other player which I'm not right, I do kind of need her, because I do think she is their best player by an absolute country mile. So please, may I have Kosovare Asllani from London City, please?
Certainly can.
That's not the club I thought you were going to say there. Also not the player, but that's really not the club I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say a different club completely.
Okay. Where to go? Yes, this is definitely going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. However, I require another fullback, and I do think that these are where the problems could potentially lie. But do I go with that one, or there are other options? No, I'm not going to go with that. I think that now might be the time to pull out a big gun. Now might be that time to sort of go, at the end of the day, they need to have a little bit of flair in there. It's all very well and good sticking in these players that are just filling in holes. But ultimately, if you don't have these players, you're not going to get very far. And so I'm going to go for Mariona Caldenti.
Oh, that was one of the big 4 I was hoping was not going to get picked. That's the first one someone's nicked of mine out of all of these picks. It's annoying.
I just kind of feel like it's going to be great having these other players, but I can probably last another round with that one. but I think it would be madness not to get one of the top ones in. And so for that reason, there we go. Caldenti in, nailed down, should have won the Ballon d'Or. Get in there. Freya, good luck.
Just the parting words, good luck. I would like to go. I am just checking position because I want to do her justice. Bear with caller. I would like. I'd like Yana Fernandez, please, from London City.
That's the first one of my 11 that's actually been taken. And that was going to be my next round pick if nobody took her. Freya, that was so cruel.
It's retaliation for you taking Tamberg. So it's great minds, Liberty. That's what it is. It's great minds.
People are starting to get a little bit catty, and that is what happens. Where are we? London City, that's the one. Pow. Make it green so that nobody shouts at me. There we go. Good. Right. Okay. I'll tell you what, the teams are starting to take shape. You can kind of see what some people are doing. Let's get through to our next group. Sean's going to get the first pick. It's then me. Yay. Freya's third. Then it's Liberty. And poor Connor is sitting at the bottom of the pile there on this one. So, Sean, straight back to you. Fourth pick for your team.
Yeah, I am quite relieved because I'm going for one of the big four.
Oh.
And I generally think you could make an argument she's the most informed player in the WSL. So I'd like to go for Kirsten Kasperai from Man City, please.
Okay, that has helped me make my decision, to be fair.
And that was the other right back I was going to go for now that I couldn't have Yana. So now I am pooped.
As I said, fullbacks are a difficult one. And genuinely, it's me next, thank the Lord. Cheers. Basically, I was sitting there like, I thought I might go for this person at right back. And I didn't, obviously. So I was thinking to myself, what could we do here? What could we do? And I think the answer I'm going to go with here is we're going to go to West Ham. Am I going to do that? Oh, this is a bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I think yeah, we'll go with that. I'm talking myself in and out of it, which is not a good thing. I feel like that's a really good goalkeeper, really good midfielder there. We've got a good left back. I need somebody in that defence that I know can run it, can deal with the pressure. You're all killing me. It's all started with taking my three players from the very beginning. I'm going to take my Everton player now, and I'm going to put Hayley Ladd in the centre of midfield. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry, it took me a while to make that decision there, but I still feel like I can last one more round on that one and see where people go and what people do. But yes, again, Everton are one of those teams where I'm not sure if there's that many people I would choose from. So there we go. That's who I'm going for there. Freya,
Oh, back to me. Thank you very much. I need a goalkeeper. So who else than Tulla's choice, to be honest? Sorry, Sean.
It's a very good choice.
She's rather good, isn't she? Rather good.
I mean, she's not bad. You get no complaints from me. There we go. Right. That's 4 for Sean, 4 for me, 4 for Freya. Liberty. What are you doing?
All right, I'm now getting stressed about right backs because I don't actually know how many I genuinely want in my team that haven't already been taken. I say that and then I just thought of another one, but like, just not really. I'm basically thinking about right backs from teams that are not the traditional top 4. And so for that, because I can't have Yana Fernandez, thank you very much, Freya. Please, and also I can't have Casper. I thank you very much, Sean. Sorry, don't like to discriminate. I'm angry with both of you. Only joking. I'm going to take my Leicester player, please, Barry.
Okay.
And please may I have Asmita Ali at right back for Leicester. Just ALE is her surname, but I couldn't tell you if I've pronounced it in any way correctly there with my 6,001 attempts. But yes, please may I have her for my right back.
You can have ale. There's no problems there whatsoever. It's gone the watershed, so you can have as much ale as you like. No problems at all. Good stuff, right, Connor?
On the theme of right backs, I may as well just carry on. And I'm so glad none of you said it, because as soon as I saw Mia's comment here about Jade Riviere, I was so worried that someone was then going to snap her up. So I'm going to ask and put Jade Riviere as my United pick at right back.
There you go. I've got to be honest with you. That was the one I was potentially holding out for one more round for. But it's not a problem. I wasn't worried if somebody took her. So that is absolutely fine as far as I'm concerned there. So that's all good. We have our people. So there we go. Team's really starting, like I said, to take shape. As you can see, got some interesting thoughts from some of you. But we will stop in a moment and have a look and see where we are. Probably not after this round, the round after we'll have a look. But we are sending it through. Oh, Freya, you're going to be very pleased because you are the number 1 pick this time. Then it is Sean. Then it is Connor. Then it is Liberty. And I just have to sit here and hope that none of you ruin my life again. So we shall see. But Freya, just straight back over to you.
It's a me. I would like these. I'm just checking. I haven't done Everton yet, have I? No. I'm going to go for Vignola, please. And I'm going to put her out on the wing, left wing.
You're having who?
Vignola. Vignola.
And where did you say you're taking them from?
Everton, please.
Everton. I thought that's what you said. Signola, there we go. Signola.
V.
Super duper.
The V. Sorry.
What have I done?
Barry, it's a
V. V. V.
Oh, V.
V for Victor.
I was going to tell you off. So I'm like, bloody hell, she's speaking like an American saying Z. What's that all about? But there we go. I've got a little bit of cold.
No, V. Thank you.
It's all going wrong. Right, there we go. So we have got our 5th player for Freya, and it's quite a team you're building there. We go to Sean next.
I'm quite surprised she's still there, considering how lowly West Ham are, and I'm going to take it before anyone else does. So may I please have Shakira Martinez up top, please?
Interesting. Why have you say you're surprised?
Because West Ham don't have many good players, and she's probably one of their better ones. So, yeah.
Fair enough. And it's interesting. Again, this is why this game is quite good, because we do start to think about players based on how well we think they can fit in. Remind me again the name you said you were having?
Martinez. Like Roberto.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just checking to make sure there wasn't any accents on it. See, I even got your name with the accent when I was doing it, so I'm trying to make sure that we get them all correct. Unless, of course, it's Vignola, in which case we just throw a Z in just for the shizzles and jizzles. Right, Connor, over to you.
There's a couple of routes here. I feel like I'm just going off everything that Mia's saying, and I am going to go Liverpool because no one is. This is one of the only teams that nobody's dived into yet. Do you know? I'm happy with either three. I've got one written down, but I can take three here. So I'm kind of like, see, can I upset anyone by picking one of the three? In fact, there's four actually that could go. I don't know which one.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's only because I don't. I'm going to change my mind on who I've actually got written down in front of me, and go for Herbinger in midfield. I've actually changed that. I did have another one written down in midfield, but.
Yeah, she's somebody who I had written down as well.
I agree with Sean, though, on the West Ham front. Two of the three, I think there's three that are like top of West Ham's list. Two of them have been picked. So whoever dives into West Ham next, I'll be amazed if it's not a certain that the next name that I'm expected to come out being.
Very good. Right, there we go. That's that one added on. Liberty, we come back over to you.
In a similar theme to before, I'm getting stressed about left backs now because both of my right backs got stolen, and I don't want that to happen to my left backs. I genuinely think she might be the only left back I have written down. So I'm going to go for one of my top four picks here. I apologise, but I am going to go for Anna Sandberg from Manchester United. Because I'm getting stressed. So I'm just going to say it whilst nobody else has said it. And that also does mean I have Sandberg and Thunberg, which is just
going to say, what I love about it, what a side that is. Like, that's a commentator's dream, that, isn't it? To have the ability to go Sandberg and Sandberg. That's amazing. Amazing. You've got Sandberg and Sandberg, Brosnan on the ale. It's great fun. There we go. Love that. Right. So, again, I'm starting to think tactically here. And I think I know one of the players that I want, but I don't think I have to stress about them being taken as I start looking across at what we've got. So, I think at this point, it would be prudent of me to throw out another one of my big fours. I need to make sure that we've got the firepower required. And so for that reason, I have to go for Bunny Shaw. I'm jumping in there. I'm going early. I think it's important to have that person, proven striker, over this last few seasons. That sorts me right out there. Thank you very much and good night. That is me sorted. I think with Caldente and Bunny Shaw, that's it. We're winning the league, regardless of what you lot do. So there we are. Well, we are 5 names into our teams. Only one person has picked an Arsenal player so far. One person picking a Villa player. 2 from Brighton. 1 Chelsea pick. 3 from Everton, 3 from Leicester, 1 from Liverpool, 3 from London City, 2 from Man City, 3 from Man United, 3 from Spurs, and 2 from the Happy Hammers. Who will get the opportunity first on this next go? Oh, it's me at the top. Go on, Bazza.
I'm sorry, this is fixed. I'm the only person who's not had first pick yet. This is a fix.
Would you like to know something interesting? Whilst I was practicing this, I had a few goes, and I didn't come first on the list for about 8 goes, and we're only on
So
number
what I'm
6.
hearing is I'm going to have the 12th
More to wait.
first pick, and that's it.
The good news is you're second, so that's helpful. Then you've got Sean, Freya, and Connor. Right. What shall we do here? Right. So I think at this point, I kind of need to get to a point where I bite the bullet on certain things. So, just check something here. I reckon still got West Ham to go for, so yes. Do I make that decision? I think that might be sensible. But then there's also Liverpool. So I can't have that one now because you've taken them. Thank you very much. Yes, this is really tricky. I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm looking. I think I've got a couple of players I could choose from Villa. Obviously, Chelsea have got an entire squad that you could choose from. Leicester, I'm in an R with. I think I need to go through either my Leicester or my West Ham at this point. I'm going to go. I'm going to go with West Ham. I'm going to go with it, and this is the player I'm going for. It is a defender because I need one, and that is Ava Nystrom, which I think, again, I'm looking and thinking of what Connor's going to say. I don't think that's the player that he was expecting me to come out with there, but that's who I'm going for. So there we go. That is I can't believe that was a number 1 pick. Liberty, we are over to you.
I'm Barry. I'm so happy you've just said that because I was going to go with West Ham next, right? And I was umming and ahhing between Eva and the player that I'm going to pick for West Ham. And I genuinely thought that when you said West Ham, I'd end up deciding on the player I'm going to pick. Suspense. I'm going to leave you hanging for about 5 extra seconds. And when you said West Ham and defender, I thought you were going to pick the player that I'm about to say, which was fine because I was going to choose Eva if I didn't get this player. But purely because you've said Eva, I'm going to go with Tiziak, please, for West Ham in my defence. Thank you. So you just indirectly made my life much easier. And also, sorry, Barry, it's an S, not a Z.
You see, the one time I don't check it, and I'm wrong. It's typical.
Thank you.
There we go. Right. Because that Nystrom one was really doing my head in trying to remove the link from it. So I didn't keep clicking on that. She came up on my page there 3 times. Like, I don't want to know anything else about her. I've got enough. Thank you. Sean, over to you we go, sir.
What helps is that everyone else has got a left back, and the one I want is still there. So I can kind of leave that left back spot until last, knowing I can get her, which is fine. The only other name in my team that I kind of want, I think the rest, if I get one taken away, I can shuffle it about a little bit. But the only one I do kind of want, I'd like to use my Villa pick, please. And I would like to use Kirsty Hansen.
Sean, I've had to rework my formation as it is. Hansen was such a key part of my formation rework as well. So we have to change again. That's really annoying.
Okay. That is quite a choice. That is definitely quite a choice. And again, I feel like I've got a bit of a spine going there, but that was a potential one. Not gonna lie. So there we go. Right, Freya, we go over to you. Who's joining your team?
So I think I'm gonna go Looking at poor Liverpool.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with Fukunaga, please, from Liverpool.
Okay. Any particular reason why you're going with that?
Incredibly underrated in midfield. So here we go. Trying to decide if that's a compliment from Culture in the chat. Usually slates me.
Nagano, yeah?
Nagano, yes, please.
That's the one. Liverpool. Nagano. Right. Connor, you've ripped your hair out a few times, which, as we all know, is not great for you. You've got plenty of it, so it's not a problem. What I will just point out, we've got some people being like, only one Chelsea player. I think what we need to recognise with this, we've got other people saying, just park anyone. I think where people are going, if they're anything like me, is that they're thinking we've got to get the best players that we can out of the teams that aren't the big four. Because let's be honest, if you don't get Jess Park, there's other players in that club who, you don't sit there and go, oh, it's terrible, I ended up with this player. Whereas there might be precious few in some of the lower down clubs, which is what people are trying to do. So with that in mind, Connor, who are you picking?
I'm having to really think of rework my team now, because obviously I wanted Hansen, so that was going to be my one of my front three. I now can't obviously have Caldente. She was picked earlier, so I'm now going to. I think I'm now going to swap, and maybe I don't know. I'm so worried someone else is going to take it on the basis of people are now. We're getting to the point now where some of these bigger names are getting picked, and some of the names are getting picked. I need this player for my formation rework. I'm going to go Lauren Hemp, Man City.
Oh, it's a great shout. And ordinarily, Connor, I'd be a little bit annoyed that you've done that. But seeing as how I've got Bunny Shaw, I feel like somehow I'm just going to survive and live with that. So that's no problem at all. Right, well, there we go. We're halfway through. Sean, give us a moment. Talk us through how your team's looking so far. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy actually, and I think the way it's all fallen, I can go on a run of big clubs, knowing I can interchange some players if I need to. So I'm ready to go all out now in this second part of the draft.
Excellent. Liberty, I'm going to give you full credit because yours is the only one with a real pattern there. You've gone 3 white, 3 green, 3 white, 3 green. It's wonderful, actually, really, really pleasing to the eye, aesthetically pleasing. But are you just as pleased with your side?
Yeah, there's been a little bit of reworking when Martinez was stolen by the Welsh contingency, but it's fine because I had some fluidity available, so it's fine. It's fine. The plan's still on for world domination. So yeah, I'm happy, and thank you for pointing out my my design element. I thought I'd try and please everyone somehow.
Amazing.
Whilst everyone's going for each other's necks, I thought I'd calm everyone down with a nice pattern, like those colouring in books that they give to adults. So thank you for that.
It's good. I fully expect you to pick Brighton and Man City for your next two, so you don't ruin that now. Freya, happy with where you're going? Fantastic goalkeeper there. Stole my right back immediately, which was incredibly frustrating, but happy?
Yeah, really good. I think I've only had 2 nicked, but to be fair, I'm quite impressed with what I've managed to get. So yeah, hopefully I keep getting the last ones I want. But yeah, no, it's good. Enjoyed it.
Very good. And Connor, you've still got some big clubs left in them. You've still got Villa, Brighton, Everton, and London City. Do you feel confident you can come out of this with the best 11?
I think so. I'm trying to rework it as you go through. You're seeing my thinking brain live right now because I'm now swapping 4 clubs around in positions of where they were originally going to go. which is confusing my brain a little bit. I think I've now got it worked out. So provided nobody nicks the next player I'm about to say on my pick, I should be fine because the other 4 are kind of negotiable. So I'm all right there.
Okay. Well, there you go. So the sides are certainly getting there. I feel quite content with mine. Like I said, there's a lovely little spine there that we can look at. We've got a good goalkeeper. We've got a good centre back. Nice defensive midfielder there. Brilliant attacking midfielder and a great striker. Plus a good left back. I feel confident that my right back will be fine. Nobody's going to be stealing them. So with that in mind, all is well. And a little bit of room as well still with Chelsea and Manchester United to bring in a couple of big guns. So we've pushed the button and it is going to be a Freya, a Sean, a Liberty, a Parry, and a Connor. So bear in mind what Connor just said there about as long as nobody steals it, he's got to wait for 4 whole picks and hope that his player doesn't get stolen. So everybody, eyes fixed on Connor as we go through this because you will
I need this play. I literally need them. I'm not reworking this team again. I've already done it 3 times.
Well, here we go. Freya, you have got still, as we say, 6 teams to choose from. Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester, City, Spurs, and West Ham. Where are you going?
Oh, where am I going to go? I'm going to go Spurs. I'm going to go Spurs. And I would like to go for, just checking. Yep. Evelina Sumanen, please.
Excellent.
A wonderful addition.
I've just spelt that wrong, but I'm sure Liberty will tell me if I've done that.
I think it's an
Liberty.
EA and a double M. I think.
Yeah.
There is 2 M's, look.
Next to each other.
I haven't even, out of all of us, I have the least of an accent. You can't blame an accent. I'm a southerner.
So it's SUMMANEN, which
I was going to
is
say
very
near
for
some chat, to be
the
fair.
northeasterner.
There we go.
Yeah. So,
Right.
Yep.
Excellent stuff. Right. Well, Freya has done, and that's brilliant for me because that now means that Spurs and the player that I wanted from Spurs is all good. So that's locked in. So that may well end up being one of my last picks. Hurrah for Barry. Well done, Freya. Your money's in the post. Sean, you have got Arsenal, Brighton, amazing. You've still got Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool, and little old Manchester United there. Where are you going for your next shopping spree?
Well, I was saying that I'm not worried about left back because everyone is taking a left back. I'm also not worried about a goalkeeper. So I will save the world's best goalkeeper until the end. Thank you very much.
It's a bit of a shocker, really, isn't it? When
I'm going to have to put up with her. But I'm going to pick her towards the end. I will go for a big hitter. I am going to Arsenal. And in my head, this is the first player I wrote down from Arsenal. And I'm glad she's still there. I would like to go the one, the only, Kimberly Little.
It's a great choice, Sean. I don't think there's many people that would argue with that as a decision. She was certainly one of the names that was written down on my list as somebody that I could end up taking. So it's a good choice. Very, very good choice. Right. Yes, it is. And the good news is, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that you'd already seen who we've picked, you could go right back to the beginning and see it all as it goes. But I'm glad you enjoy it. Again, it's all down to Sean. I very nearly, I've literally written down Linari or Patterson, and it was only because I wanted what I considered to be a nice, decent left back that I went for it. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Right. Elle, so that's Liberty. It's you.
Hello. Right. I'm a bit stressed. Hang on, sorry. Let me just assess That's I'm getting a little bit stressed about Brighton, and I think I'm between Brighton and Aston Villa for my next pick, and I'm getting more stressed now that I look at it about Brighton and who I've picked, purely because it's a rather big name, and so purely for that reason, please may I have Frank Kirby from Brighton, please, and thank you.
Again, very,
I was
very
getting a little bit stressed about that one, but I think I choose her over my Villa player purely because I think my Villa player is a little bit under the radar, a little bit not out there. She's well known, but I'm a bit more stressed about my midfield at the moment than my back line. So I'm gonna go Frank Kirby. Thank you.
Very intrigued by that. Very intrigued by that indeed. So at this point, I'm looking at where we are and I'm thinking, I've got my right back I'm very content with. I clearly still need a defender. I need another midfielder. And then some wide players. And that is going to be where I need to be looking next. So I think I'm going to I almost want to just let Connor go next whilst I have a little bit more thinking time as to what I want to do. I think it probably makes sense to try and do a winger. But don't like this. I feel like. Would you like to go next, Connor? I'm quite happy for you to go.
I think we need a time limit on these picks here. I think we need a 3-minute time limit.
That's not in the. Do you know what I'm sure they do that, don't they? In the big leagues.
I'm sure we've done it on one of our drafts because it took ages. Do you remember? I can't remember which draft show it was, but one of them took ages.
It's just, I've hit that time, that problem where you.
I don't think you're going to pick the player that I need. So you have a free.
Well, no, I don't think I'm going to pick the player that you you have either. I'm just kind of struggling with this one, but. Yeah, I think I'm going to bite the bullet on that and just accept the fact that my manager is going to be absolutely took, potentially, and so therefore, I think I'm going to go. Let's go for it. I'm going to go for my. My Aston Villa pick. I'm going to go for Missy Bowcans. That's what I'm going to do. Right there.
I am never playing this ever again. Are you having a laugh about the hundreds of players that are in this?
Is that the one you really needed?
You have got to be joking. Mia's in
Was
the chat.
that
I'm actually messaging
player?
Mia. Mia can back me up. Yes, it is. That's why Mia's now laughing because I've been messaging Mia for the last 15 minutes.
Can we do this every week purely for this exact moment to happen every single week? This is brilliant.
You know that bit where I said to you, would you like to go next? You really should have said yes.
He was so confident
I thought there's
that
no
you were
way.
not going to pick her. He was so confident.
I'll show you the chat, Mia. I'm obviously messaging along as we go. That was the what? Oh, God knows then. I cannot actually believe.
I've apologised, but what can I say?
I don't know who I'm going to pick now. I'm going to have to stick with the same and then just go for somebody else in midfield that I don't know what to do. Is it even me? Is it? Yeah, it is me, isn't it? Right, who have I got? Arsenal, Villa, Brighton. I mean, I know my Chelsea pick anyway. Well, I've got 3 really for Chelsea, so I'm not too fussed on that one. I was so stuck. That's properly thrown me. I was so confident as well. I was like, there's no way he's going to pick Villa.
What's worse is that when I said this, I was just on the spreadsheet, so I'm going to have to go back and watch to see what happened to your face.
Right, give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna
That's fine. So we still got Arsenal, Villa, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, and London.
I think I'm going to go Brighton. I'm going to stick with the front 3 that. So I'm moving players around now. So Ueki's now going to be the striker, Hemp left wing, and then Seiki on the right from Brighton.
I knew that's who we're going to go for, and it's a great shout.
And go from there. So I'll keep my front 3 the same, but you've really messed up my back line in midfield. I have no idea what I'm going to do now.
What can I say? There we go. So I was so busy looking at my bit there, I completely forgot I was hosting a show. There we go. It's amazing how that happens. But there we are. Right. Well, that has really put the cat amongst the pigeons.
At least I got some sympathy.
You did get some sympathy, Connor. You genuinely did. You know. I mean, yeah, lots of sympathy over here. They're loving it. And Mia, wow. She's just straight up like, nope, let's just giggle. But there we go. So that's where we are. Right. It is going to go Liberty, followed by Connor, followed by Freya, followed by me. Sean is the last pick for this round. We're getting to the what's the word? To the nub of it all now. It's going to be getting even more chaotic. Liberty, you have got first pick.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy that I've been given first pick. Not because I think that anyone is particularly going to steal this player off of me, but purely just because of what went down. I just like the security that I just get to pick this player without sitting here stewing. And so please, from Aston Villa, may I pick Anna Patton, please? And that completes my back line. But yes, please may I have... And also, I'll give you a reason why I didn't choose my Liverpool player here. Because I think my Liverpool player is genuinely quite under the radar. Genuinely just don't think anyone else is going to have picked her out of all the Liverpool players. So I'm going to go for Anna Patton and get the heart rate down a little bit after the absolute cinema that just happened. Thank you very much.
It was unreal. How many players there are in the WSL? Wow. I can't wait to go back and watch it. I always want to end the show now just so I can go back. Connor, you had a little bit of time to do some rejigging, but you're high up on this one. So whatever you pick, the one you're going to feel happy about.
So this player was on my... I'm just going to go for it now. This player was on my first lot of 11 that I made anyway. Erin Cuthbert, Chelsea.
Didn't hear the name, sorry, because I was coughing.
Trying to steal it off me now. Erin Cuthbert.
Cuthbert, there we go. Thank you. And again, a great shout. Again, somebody who was also on my list as a potential. But there we go, Erin Cuthbert. That is a great shout from Connor. Freya, as we get back over to you with Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester, City and West Ham to go.
Yes. I might follow suit and follow with Chelsea as well. I did have Cuthbert. Cuthbert wasn't there, of course, because of how well she's having Cuthbert. I'm going to go for Written Canarid, please, from Chelsea.
Okay. People starting to throw in their big guns now.
Thank you.
There we go. Right. So I'm just wondering if I can channel that same sort of Stranger Things energy to see if I can work out who's going to make Sean cry on this one. He's like, pick who you want, Barry, I don't care anymore. So I am feeling at the moment pretty good about the side that I've got. Still need to get 4 more players in, and I think at this point, so I've got me 2 main midfielders. We've got Caldente just in front. Still got to have a little think about how we can change that around. I feel like we are definitely hitting that point. Where we need to get somebody in. Let's go with do you know, I've been umming and ahhing about this manager situation for some time. Because I sit there with Sean, I agree with him, you do need to have some decent manager. And basically where I'm left at is, as you can see, I've still got Leicester. And they're causing me some serious pain. Because the only player I really, really wanted from them was the goalkeeper. And I did have an attacking midfielder I could use if I really wanted to. But there is part of me wondering, do I take Gareth Taylor as a manager? Because, you know, he probably wouldn't necessarily look after the team as well as he could have done. But he's a name, like, you know, oh, here's your team managed by Rick Passmore. Does it have the same ring to it? I don't know. Do I care that much? I'm in charge of the team. I can always sack him at the end of the season. So, what are we going to do here? I think, as they're my big issues that I'm struggling with at the moment, I think I've got to have just a little bit more experience in my defence, I think. And so I think I'm just going to throw my Chelsea one out there and go for the once world record breaking. Oh, yep, Germa. There we go. I've done it. I've gone with it. There we are. It's a madness. And part of my head is making me go, why have I chosen that one? But that's what I've gone for. Sue me. Sean, we're over to you.
Sensei, I was saying I don't need to worry about my left back because everyone's got one. Don't need to worry about my keeper. Everyone's got one. Don't need to worry about my Brighton player because everyone else has got one. So technically, I only need to tick off 2. So I'd like to go to Man United, please. And I need centre backs. I think there's one clear choice. I'd like to go with Maya Letitia, please.
Now, fun fact, that was the one I was umming and ahhing about. Should I go with Germa, Bright, Letitia, or Janssen? And I nearly went for Letitia. It would have been very interesting to see how your face would have changed at that point. But there we go. It's done. We're sorted. We're there. Right. Again, people saying no one chosen Fisk or Olsen from Liverpool yet. That's crazy. Yeah, interesting. Who knows? They might come out. They might come out. Stranger things have happened. Right. What's it going to be as we move into this one? Oh, it's an interesting one. Freya is going to get first pick. It's then going to be me. Then it's Connor. Then it's Liberty. Sean at the bottom again. But like he says, he doesn't have to worry, does he? Because all of his players can't be picked already. So, you know, he feels very content in the situation he is in. Yeah, Freya, you've got just 4 more teams you can choose from.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I might. I'm not attached to any of the players that I've got left, so I'm okay. I might go for Leicester, and I'm going to take Noemi Mouchon, please.
Who? Oh, Mouchon. There we go. Right, there's nobody there that begins with a B. Oh,
Moo, like a cow.
it's
Moo.
hard work being deaf sometimes. It really is. Right. Freya, Leicester, Mouchon.
Mouchon. Thank you.
It's a brilliant accent, by the way. Well done. It just took me back to French GCSE, which was great fun. Righty ho. Okay, where are we going to go here? So I've got Leicester, Liverpool, United, and Spurs. Know who my Spurs player is going to be, and as I say, everybody else has got theirs. Man United, I can leave that almost to the end, should I really need to, which really means I can look at Liverpool and Leicester, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, as my Man United player could be literally just about anybody, do I look at Liverpool now and potentially go for my player there? I don't think I'm going to have Gareth Taylor as my manager. I've had a little chat with the girls. They're not happy with it. It's not a decision they really wanted. And I like to listen to my players. So we're not going to take Gareth Taylor. I think instead what I'm going to do is it's a bit of an interesting one. I don't know how people are going to feel about it. I'm going to Liverpool and I'm going with Roman Hogg. I think that is going to be a good young player, someone who I can really use. So there we go. That's where I'm going. I've thrown them in. Job done. Connor, over to you.
Okay. So I need 2 centre-backs, then midfielder, and then obviously manager. So I'll probably get one of my centre-backs out of the way. And me and Liberty were talking about centre-backs at the start, like before we came live, because this was the 2 positions I left till last, because I was really struggling which ones to go for. Now, I know this player doesn't technically play centre-back for club, but they do for the nation, so I'm having this. So you can't have me at a position. I'm intrigued to know whether this is the player that Liberty thought I was talking about before we went live, but I'm going to go for Kumagai from London City Lionesses as the centre-back.
I'd like to confirm, I honestly had no idea who you were talking about.
Okay.
So that's a pleasant surprise either way, because I had absolutely... Well, you didn't give anything away other than don't play the position for...
Well, I think she played the first couple of games for London City as a centre-back, and then they moved her into midfield, I think. So, but she does play that position. So, yes. She'll probably be captain my side as well, to be fair. Her or Cuthbert.
There we go. Okay, that's an interesting shout there. Well played, Liberty. We go straight back over to you. There's a few Arsenal players still to choose from. You are one of 2 people left to go with Liverpool, and there's a real chance to really break Sean's heart here. You've done it to him once, but you could pick a player that he potentially wants from Liverpool. Other than that, you could upset Freya by taking one of her City players. Where are you going to go, Liberty?
I really doubt that this is the player that Sean would want from Liverpool, because if it is, then it's a great pick. I'm going to put that out there. It's a great pick, but I just don't think this is the direction his team is going in. And in a similar vein, well, this player I originally had in my back line because she plays in defence for country, not club. But I've had to have a bit of a rejig. So now she's going to play in midfield, which is where she has made her singular appearance for Liverpool. And I'm going to say Emilia Shimyak from Liverpool, on loan from Barcelona. And yeah, she plays in midfield for her singular appearance for Liverpool and for Barcelona, but plays in defence for Poland. And don't worry, Barry, I will spell it out for you if you'd like. Would that be helpful?
Well, say it to me again. What was the name?
Shimyak. If you can try and spell that off the top of your head and get it right, I'll be so impressed.
Sad. I'm not going to lie to you. I did just Google it. So there we go.
You Googled it. Oh, I had it written down to read it out to you if you needed it.
Well, if people haven't noticed, I have tried to do that throughout all of the show where possible. All the ones that are underlined are ones that I went and copied from Google. There you go. Wikipedia helping me out. So there we go.
Also, I would like to say the reason I haven't picked Arsenal, City, or London City is I would actually be happy with any of those three managers. So no matter what, I'm happy with my manager now. And I'm happy with, picking from Arsenal or City at large, other than like who I've got written on my piece of paper. So that's why I've gone strategically with those three left. I'd be, content with any of those managers. So that's my thinking.
But if I'm right, only two of us have picked managers. Is that right? So anything can happen there. Anything at all. But Sean, let's throw it over to you for your final pick on pick number 9.
This is so relaxing because literally no one can derail anything that I want to do. So this has all gone quite swimmingly. I'm going to go with my Everton pick. Very underrated, to be fair. I think she deserves a lot more praise. But in my midfield, I'd like to go with Claire Wheeler, please.
Wheeler. I'll be honest, that feels like an easy one to spell. There we go. Right. Some nice little teams that we have got. Is there any clubs? No clubs yet that have had a player chosen from every single one just yet. So we'll be very close to getting to that. We are now going to go into our 10th, so our penultimate player, potentially, if you have picked a manager. Right, let's see what Okay, Connor, you are going to get the opportunity to go first this time. It's then going to be Liberty, me, Sean, Freya. So,
I feel quite relaxed now, to be fair. I think I know which direction I'm going to go, and it's lucky I'm first now because if this, I think I'm going to butcher the name, although it's not. I don't think it's ridiculously hard to say. But oh no, do I? I'm torn on the Villa player between two because obviously you nicked the one I actually wanted, so I've now got to change. And obviously, I need one centre back and one midfielder, or the manager. I am tempted by the manager, you know. No, I'll stick with what I've got written down for the. You can see my notes thing on my laptop. It's like draft 6 I'm on now. Let's go centre back. What's it? I forget how to pronounce. I need to get a name. Is it Deslanders or Deslands?
Yeah. Deland.
There we go. What Freya just said. But yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, to be fair.
There we go. It's a nice first pick from round 10. Liberty, you said you're happy with any of those managers. So yeah, where are you going to go? Arsenal really the big one there. Freya and Connor could still come in and sweep on
That's
someone.
that's my fear at the moment, and I'm just going to assess. I think I'm going to go with Arsenal purely because of the idea that realistically Freya and also Connor couldn't steal for the position, but also you could always play a player out of their natural position. So for Arsenal, I'm going to go for the first £1 million signing in the WSL, and I'm going to go Liv Smith, please. And it's a decently easy one to spell.
It's a very easy one to spell, but I will be honest, when I read it, I was like, I heard it, sorry. Wasn't quite sure. I was like, ooh. Right. Okay, so down to me we go again. At this point, I'm going to go for my Spurs player because this is the person who I've chosen. I feel like there's two that I could go for here. There's two potential fullbacks. I could go for the ultimate Lego character that is Ashley Neville, or I could go for the Australian Charlie Grant. And I'm in an R in as to whether or not I go for the experience or whether I go for the youth. And I'm kind of looking at where we are now, and I think I'm going to go with Ash Neville. I'm just going to go Grant. I had Grant all the way through, but I've just sort of just gone for it. There we are. Done. Sorry. S. Sean, you're next.
Yeah, I'm with Trebuchet. I've got a very funny feeling Mark Skinner's going to be managing Paris' team, which is sensational under any circumstance. I can't pick and choose which one I want to go for first, to be honest. So I'll complete Liverpool, and I will go with, at my left-back spot, Mia mentioned it very early. I was like, don't you dare. I hope no one noticed, and no one has noticed. So I would like to go with Lily Woodham, please, at left-back from Liverpool.
Who was that for left back? Sorry,
Lily Woodham.
Go. Which takes us down to Freya, who could potentially break Liberty's heart with a Man City player, or she could just choose her West Ham. I feel like she's going to pick her Man City because that's the only one that's got any jeopardy in it.
Oh, I didn't even think about it like that.
Sorry,
I'm going to go for... yeah, Liberty. Who have you picked so far? Hang on. You might. I'm sorry. I'm going to go for Iman Benair from City. Yes, I didn't upset Liberty. Good.
I'm still fine. I'm actually surprised that I'm now going to be able to pick this player because I genuinely thought she would go quite high for City. But I think because she's out injured, she's gone under the radar a bit, which is probably going to give it away. But yeah, I'm quite surprised that this player's not been picked for City that I'm going to pick.
Sorry, who did you end up going for from City there, Freya?
Benay, Beney.
Yeah. Okay, it's a good choice as well. Very good choice.
Thanks very much.
All right. Okay. And with that, we are down to our next one. Interesting. So, Freya, you are going to get to go first. It's then poor Sean. For Liberty, Connor, me, and then Sean. I feel like the generator has heard you say, I'm just relaxed and chilled about this now. I'm just going to remove him from the drama. So there we go. Freya, where are you going?
I'm going to go Arsenal. And I hope this isn't anyone you wanted, Connor. I do apologise. I'd like Taylor Hines, please. Does Barry know he's on mute, or is he just nodding along?
I am still on mute because I was coughing.
There you go. I saw you nodding, so I knew you'd heard us, so it was all good.
That was why I nodded. It was my best active listening that I could do. Didn't want to keep saying, upset Peter Kay in the show, didn't it? Right, there we go. So you've just got West Ham to choose from. It would be interesting to see who you've gone for. Liberty. Where are you going?
Please may I go to... Well, I could pick either team at this point, and it makes no difference because both of the people that I'm going to choose are fine to be chosen. But purely for the sake of it, can I please go to Manchester City, and please may I choose Mary Fowler? Thank you.
Very nice. Okay. There we go. Right. Let's move on to Connor. Connor is left with Arsenal and Everton. So the question is, I'm very intrigued. Is it an Everton player and Sleggers as your manager, or have you gone for an? I reckon he's gone for an Arsenal player and then just pick the Everton manager.
Well, that's what I've realised. I've made a mistake. The team I've written down is not. So draft 6 is now draft 7. I've realised I've messed this up because I was supposed to have Williamson at centre back, and then a Villa midfielder, and now I've realised I've went with a Villa centre back in the last round, didn't I? So now I'm going to have to go an Arsenal midfielder. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's just a bit annoying.
Just insane. There's worse teams you have to end up with a midfielder from.
I'm happy with Sorensen, as my manager anyway, so I'm fine with that. I'm just trying to think of an Arsenal midfielder that I want in that. Obviously, I originally had Caldente, so my midfield originally was actually going to be Cuthbert, Kerr, and Caldente. Obviously, I changed Kerr for Herbinger, and then Cuthbert stays in. So I'm trying to think who the best, because there's Frida maybe, Cooney Cross, or in fact, who else has picked people from Arsenal? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to really funky it. I'm going to put Alessia Russo in the 10 and go for Cuthbert, Herbinger, and Russo in the 10 with that.
We're going to have to stop it here. Game's gone. Game's gone.
Wow.
Hey, she can play that role pretty well. I'm having that.
He's never going to be able to show his face on WFC again. Right. I'm in a pickle in some respects. So I'm just going to answer Cadbury's question whilst we're here. So what is this for? Fun is the answer to that question. Really, what it came down to was the big talking point was going to be the Nations League, and I wasn't having that as a main topic for a show. So I said so to Sean, and he went, I've got an idea for you. And this was it. I went, you know what? When do we just get to just have fun and not have to worry about using our analysing? And so there we are. That's where we ended up. But this is my problem. So don't tell me Barry's going to end up picking Skinner as manager. But this is the situation that I am left in. So the way my formation is at the moment, I've got room for a player. It just doesn't really matter where I put them. It's fine. So the question needs to be, if I was going for one, I could potentially go for Irex Dottier or Janice Cayman from Leicester. They were both players that I'd written down. But then I'm sitting there and I'm going, but you've also got Manchester United. Almost the entirety of Manchester United to choose from. Two defenders that, you don't really need to have. A goalkeeper, you've got a really good one anyway. Three defenders. So I've literally got all of the Manchester United attack. And I said earlier that Rick Passmore is not necessarily the manager that I thought would be managing Barry FC by the end of this. But I just don't feel like you're going to get judged on who your manager is. And so for that reason, and that reason alone, and I do genuinely think that this is now a league-winning team, I've been able to get my favourite Man United player and throw them in, and I left them all the way till the end. So there we go. Jess Park is in the team, which is wonderful stuff. And I feel very content. So there we go. I'm done. So there we go. Let's go over to Sean. Where's Sean going?
In a sentence, I don't think I'd utter this late into this process. I'll have Hannah Hampton, please.
And it does feel crazy. Does feel crazy. Again, I mean, like you look at some of the players that have been left till last, but genuinely, yeah, it does feel like quite a choice. So there we go. Right. We're down to our final players, and I'm not even going to bother doing the rotation. It really doesn't matter. You can't upset anybody because they're all from different teams. So I'm just going to straight up go. There we go. That's my manager. Passmore. I can't quite believe that's the world that I've ended up in. But there you are. It's occurred. It's happened. We move. Sean, straight over to you again. You've left Brighton till last. Who are you throwing in?
Yeah, I've chopped and changed on it. I've got one more centre-back spot left. I'm going to actually go for a player who actually has not played a game for Brighton yet. But going off what she did for Real Sociedad, what she did for Colombia, and the fact that she's a left-footed centre-back, I will be going with Manuela Vanegas, please. So Van E-Gas.
Okay, that sounds like a very good phonetical way of doing it. So if this is wrong, there we go.
Perfect.
That's what I like to hear. Perfect. See, that's nice wording. Wow, that's a different colour. Let's try green though. Right, Liberty, who are you choosing from London City?
Would somebody who has a better hold of the French language like to pronounce his last name for me?
Pressure.
Thank you. Pressure from London City, please, for my manager. P-R-E.
He's got an what do you call it?
Yeah.
An accent, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I can't remember what E it's on because there's two of them.
It's on the first E, and it's a little.
There we go. He's already done it. Thank you, Sean, for your half French input. Because for anyone at home watching along, Sean is half French. That's a fun fact for everyone. But yeah, thank you, and I'm quite happy with Jocelyn. So, thank you.
There we go. All good stuff. Right, Freya, you have West Ham left. Who have you picked?
I've gone for Vivacy. Has to be.
I feel like you just sneezed. Repeat that again.
I was going to see, now I thought you were hearing things. I was like, sneeze? What? What's going on? Is it the dog? What's going on? It's so A-double-S.
It's that one, I say, yeah.
That one.
E-Y-I.
E-Y-I.
Nice. Y-I.
Eastern sentence.
Y-I. She's turned into Ant and Deck. Right. Last one.
Wrong side of the river. Wrong side of the river.
Yeah, I'm surprised to say he stayed on there. That was the other West Ham player I was on about earlier. I said for me it was between Martinez, the front three, Aweki and Martinez. I'm surprised he stayed on there. Well, I've got a choice between Brian Sorensen and Brian Sorensen. So, who do you think I'm going to go for, Barry?
Just
got a manager. So.
Absolute right field guess. Mark Skinner.
So, could I go for Everton's assistant? I don't even know who the assistant is, but. It's going to have to be. Well, I don't really have any other choice. I'm happy with that.
Well, there we go then. That is our teams complete. And I will be asking everybody to message over their formations so that I can see how they're supposed to look. Mine are done on my little sheet as well. So then I can put those together. Don't do it there, Liberty. It's no good to me there. I'm not going to be pausing it during the show. But yeah, superb teams. Connor, we're going to start with you. Talk us through your team. Do you feel like that is going to potentially be a championship winning side for you?
Well, I've actually ended up with a better team than the one I had written down. So the one I had written down initially. So I'm trying to see how many I've got. So I've got Leipzig, Riviere, Kumagai. I actually had Ruby Mace at centre back at one point. So I didn't go for that in the end. Then Nilden had Cuthbert. I swapped Kerr for Herbinger anyway. Caldente was another one I didn't get. Oeki I had. Shaw was the other. That was my striker, and then Hansen on the left. Obviously, I didn't get either of those two. But I'm actually really happy with mine because I think the back four is probably the weakest. But I think Jade's there and Leitzig's a good keeper anyway. But the midfield of Herbinger, Cuthbert, and Russo in the 10 with Seiki, Oeki, and Hemp as your front three. I think that's one hell of a dynamic front three as well, with Russo in behind as well, which could turn into a 4 in attack because Herbinger and Cuthbert can cover the ground in midfield. So, I'm happy with that.
Very nice. Freya, talk us through your team. Are you happy with what you've got there?
Yeah, surprisingly, yes. Because I did say at the start of the show, God knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I think I've got some really underrated talent in there. A good mix of quality, some really good internationals there. Some youth with experience. It's always the key phrase, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's going to work really, really well. So I'm quite happy that I got my picks. Yes, thank you very much.
Excellent stuff. Liberty,
Nice sneezing.
talk us through your team.
So of my original 11 that I came up with pre-show, I have 7, which I think is good going. That's more than half. And the 7 that I have got are the ones I really wanted. So I'm content there. The only I think Tiziak and Patton is a decent centre-back pairing. Quite happy with that. The only position that I potentially am looking at as a slight weakness is right back, but that is only because everyone else already stole my right backs that I wanted before we started, so I couldn't really do much about that. So I think that's really the only weakness, and it's not even that big of a weakness because I do think she's a decent player, but that if there is a weakness, it's probably there. However, with Liv Smith in front of her, I think it's pretty good. Like, just let Liv Smith do her stuff, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really happy with my team, actually. There was some rearrangements. Liv Smith was not my original Arsenal player. It'll be a surprise to absolutely no one that my original Arsenal player was Kyra Cooney-Cross. But because I had to put Tiziak in my back line, I had to move Amelia forwards into midfield to then kind of cancel Kyra out, which isn't too bad because it was Arsenal, so you could choose basically anyone. And I ended up going with Liv Smith over Chloe Kelly. So yeah, I'm decently happy. I think it could rival for a title. I'm not going to lie. I'm quite happy with it.
There you go. Well, Sean, when you were picking your side, apart from losing, I mean, to be honest, losing Nandozi in goal and then gaining Hannah Hampton doesn't feel like the world's worst exchange, to be honest with you. But aside from that moment of throwing your arms up in the air, you ended up with quite a good side. Are you happy with what you've churned out there?
Yeah, delighted. I come out with 9 of the 11 that I wanted, so I'm very, very happy. It's going to be a 4-3-3. So you've got Hampton in goal and then a back four: Kasparai, Maya Letizia, Vanagas, and Lily Woodham. 2 holding midfielders of Kim Little and Claire Wheeler, and then Kosovare Aslani sitting just in front of them, and a front three of Hannah Kane, Shakira Martinez, and Kirsty Hansen. And overall, I'm quite delighted with how that's turned out, and I think that is the winning team here.
It's a very good team, very good. And of course, Martin Ho as your manager. I've got to be honest, that was some bold move, just coming straight in and going, there's my manager. That's what I'm having. I'm very, very impressed with that indeed. For me, I'm very content. And Dozy in goal is, I think, an incredible signing for us. Ash Neville gives us that little bit of experience there in the defence. But then you've got Nystrom and Germa and Pattinson, which I think is just a nice, decent defence there, all being marshalled by Hayley Ladd with Connor's favourite, Missy Bow-Kearns, with her as well. Mariona Caldente up top there, along with Roman Hogg, Park and Shaw, I think is a tough team to beat. And of course, with the elite manager that is Rick Passmore, I mean, nobody's getting past that. absolutely nobody. So there we go. I'm very content with how I've ended up. So like I say, these guys are going to send me their teams so that I can get a nice little graphic sorted out. We'll tweet it out. We'll probably might throw it on the TikTok channel as well. And then you guys can make your decision as to who you would choose if it were up to you, which team you would go with. Very tricky with the way that it all went, but Sean, what a great idea, mate. Well done. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Really got your head scratching, trying to think about who we were going to go for. But superb. I can barely wait for next year when we will have to get Connor back on just so I can work out which player I'm going to steal from him next time. Honestly, that's the first thing I'm going to do when we stop this, is to go and watch Connor's reaction so I can actually see it. But there we go. Well done. Let us know in the chat what you think was the best team. And token question, because I feel like it's only right that we do mention it. Tomorrow evening, we have got the second leg of the two-legged Nations League final. They played on Friday, Germany and Spain. They saw out an absolutely wildly entertaining goal fest of a 0-0 draw. Germany and Spain. In a simple word, who is going to be the elite Nations League champions going home with the biggest prize in women's football this week?
Due to the fact that Aitana Bonmati is going to have surgery, I'm just going to plump for Germany.
Germany from Sean. Liberty?
I'm also going to go with Germany because they were the better team on Friday night. Quite simply, they were just the better team, and if they could finish their chances, they would have had a good few goals. So yeah. Also, if Kata Cole wasn't, just a really good goalkeeper. So yeah, I'm going to go for Germany.
Very nice. Freya?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Germany as well. The match the other night was just insane, and how Germany didn't win by like 4 or 5-0, I do not know. So yeah, as long as they, like Liberty says, as long as they finish their chances, it's got to be Germany.
Connor, are you doing a clean sweep there?
Yeah, but that's based on I've watched 0 minutes of football this international break. So yeah, just gonna agree with the guys because they've seen more of the games than I have.
Why not? Very nice to see a Scottish fan going with a crowd, because it's not something that Scotland usually does, is it? Because I'm so glad I've got you here, because Rob, God bless him, gave us a rather wonderful stat that when the FAs were voting, the international FAs were voting to bring women's football back, Scotland was the only one that didn't vote for it. Absolutely outrageous. So I just thought I'd throw that one out there so we can wipe that one firmly under the rug for you. But there we go. Excellent stuff, guys. I've loved every minute of tonight. Thank you so much for all of you joining us. It's been absolutely amazing. I've really, really enjoyed tonight. We usually do the shout outs, so let's do them. Liberty, where can people find your ramblings?
Everything's just my name, Liberty Simons, with like the boy's name with an S on the end. And I just like to say, as I said at the beginning of the show, I've had a terrible week. Wouldn't recommend it to absolutely anyone. But thank you all for making me laugh tonight and giving me something to smile about, because this has really cheered me up after a really bad week. So yeah, thank you. And yeah, just my name. Just look me up, and if the person's with the icon looks like my face, it's definitely me.
There we go. I'm glad you've enjoyed it, Sean. Thank you again for the idea. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, where can people find you?
That's Sean Miser at Twitter, TikTok. Wales are playing tomorrow morning, which is weird to begin with. We're an 11 a.m. kickoff over here. We are playing Switzerland in a friendly live on iPlayer. So that'll be fun. I'll be up nice and early to make sure I get to watch that.
That's a choice, that. A Tuesday game at 11 o'clock.
they're playing it in south of Spain, so I'm not really feeling too sorry for them. I've got to wake up in rainy Cardiff, so you know.
I'm thinking more about the people that are going to be watching it, you know, or like not watching it because they're too busy like working. But there we go. Fair enough. Freya, anything interesting happening down your end?
Let's have a think. I do a lot with the Aston Villa Women's Fan Club. People may know we talk about Villa on a Thursday night. And we were at the Women's Football Fair at the weekend, which was really cool. And we did some podcast stuff. So there will be an episode dropping from that very, very soon. So keep your eyes on those socials. Thank you very much. And that's it. Part of the Pride Pod. If you'd like some more Villa in your life, which everyone does. So
absolutely. There we go.
Thank you.
And again, we've got Connor here. It's been an absolute delight to have you back on. Thank you for giving up your Monday. It was a perfect Monday because there was nothing happening on All for United WFC, which, as you know, is part of the All For family. They are the gold winners for the best in women's football. It was a nice little 1-2. So we're very, very proud to have had that. Connor, what should people be looking forward to both on All for United and for you, because he also writes for the cutback because he's got nothing else to do this time?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Do you know the only bugbear I've got with the awards is I wish the gold award, so you can kind of see it, it's kind of lit up, but it's obviously it's glass, so you can't really see it. I wish we got one of those, like a plaque, you know, like the silver ones, like that. I wish you got one of those, but gold as well. But anyway, that's my only bugbear. I might write some next year and see if we get that changed. So I don't quite like having the anyway, whatever. Yeah, All for United WSL. We might be back with a show this week. Actually, we need to do our own draft, the United Women one that we were going to do on the last international break, potentially on this week. Actually, I might look at that. So yeah, All for United WSL for all the United stuff. But no, the cutback is definitely worth the follow. Certainly going into next year. I can't actually speak about it because it's forbidden for me, but there's a lot coming next year. Just trust me on that one. The ideas and the roadmap, I'm going to call it, is exceptional. It's definitely going to be worth a follow on that one. And me personally, I've actually got a story coming out on the cutback. I hope it gets released next week to do with United Women as well. So that's also something to look forward to for any United fans as we get towards the transfer window as well.
Super duper. There we go. Cadbury's, which I've got to be honest, is a chocolatey goodness, but not spelled that way. It's grand, and he likes the cutback. There we go. I don't know if he's talking about the wonderful writing that you do or the hair, but who knows? We'll talk about that at some point. It's brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. We will be back probably midweek in order to have our low league lingo as normal. And then, of course, we'll be back next Monday, hopefully with some of these wonderful familiar faces. Don't ask me what we're going to be talking about because I haven't got a clue at this point. The WSL will have come back, so I'm sure we're going around the leagues and something will have happened somewhere because that's just women's football for you. But until then, we'll be back. See you soon.